Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Well, for Minnesota, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
Am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie. I love you.
Thanks, Shaq. Now, let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
The crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Nuggets in Denver. And just a 2-point win there. They had to fight tooth and nail for it.
Yeah, and we saw them really play a determined game when it came to chasing down rebounds, getting those good second chance looks. Really loved their aggressiveness.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. The KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. Well, early on, just watching certain veteran players, Doris, continuing to play at a high level after so many years.
And what you love is the great ones seem to adjust their games along the way, and not only adjust their games, but add dimensions, whether it's being able to go down into the low post position if you're a point guard, a two guard, or even a three-man. But the other part of this, Kevin, is the off-the-court stuff. The better nutrition that these guys are being much smarter about, the strength and conditioning programs they're putting themselves through in the offseason. All of that raises the level in the NBA.
Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Ntilikina. Labissiere out there with Wiggins. Then there's Okafor, and it's Hardaway in at the two.
How about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Right side kicks to Walker. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Okafor with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Easy Breezy. Good on the bucket.
And you got to respect Luka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball.
Here's Ntilikina. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. And here we go. Timberwolves running again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
that one falls, so he hits both of them.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Here's Ntilikina. Hardaway goes in, and he comes up with the deuce.
Well, there's big-time athleticism when you're talking about Hardaway. Puts it on the deck and relentless move to the cup.
And Walker kicks to Whiteside. Feeds it to Towns. Okafor with the steal. Here's Ntilikina. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Pass to Okafor. The Knicks keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
To the inside, Doncic. And that one is off. Excellent D there from Okafor. Wiggins surveying the floor. Passes to Ntilikina. Okafor, high post. Over Towns. And it's Okafor missing.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
And Towns throws it down.
Look out below, an airmail special by Cat.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Ntilikina passes to Wiggins. Shoots over Walker. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Boy, they wanted to hit the ground running today, but it hasn't happened. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
And I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Phoenix. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. Of course, there's the Timberwolves, 2.5 games back.
And I think for Minnesota, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
Now here's Towns. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, he spent 1 year in college at Kentucky, yet Karl Anthony Towns has made such a smooth transition to the NBA. His ascension, guys, has been really remarkable.
And Towns drops them both. Doris, you were the first female commentator to ever call a Knicks game on radio or television, and I imagine you remember that first broadcast very well.
I sure do, Kevin. It was against the Bucks. I filled in for the great Clyde Frazier, and the Knicks had just made it to the finals the year before. So it was exciting on a number of levels.
Now, here's Walker, and he really played well against Denver. Towns, no luck. Knicks trail by 14. Here's Ntilikina. New York moving the ball around. Wiggins kicks to Felicio. And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That's his first foul. And again, New York turns it over. And we have a moment to take a look at the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, a year ago, there was a big gap in talent between the two teams. But changes are always made, and we'll see how they match up this time around.
Ntilikina kicks to Felicio. Walker against Wiggins. Here's Ntilikina. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 4 on the shot clock. To end the run. And that one goes long.
Defensive positioning so important, and he could not have played him better there.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 6 points for Walker.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
New York calls timeout.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Wiggins, averaging about 18 points per, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Here's Ntilikina. Wiggins passes to Felicio. Here's Labissiere, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And love how Labissiere goes into the defense with no fear. Shows just how confident he is in his ability.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
At 6'11" and about 225 pounds, Labissiere is a long guy, someone who uses that size to his advantage.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Now the Timberwolves with it. It's a 21-2 run, totally rolling here. Bucket is good.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Now here is Hardaway. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. He feeds it to Labissiere, and it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Labissiere's got his first points in this one.
Can't let Labissiere get that close to the bucket. Just using that massive 6'11" frame to get a quality attempt.
Here's Doncic. He's another guy now had a stellar performance in that win against Denver. To the inside. Great pass to set up the way-in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Here's Ntilikina. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's the pass to Hardaway. Fires from 14. Here's Felicio. Walker with some nice D.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Brown outside. Bogdanovich against Wiggins. From deep, Walker. That one, no good. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Outside, Walker. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
That's good from Kemba Walker for the Knicks. Knox, he's checked in for Labissiere. Carter comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Frank Ntilikina. Good on both. Doris, statistically, today's game is picked apart by so many different ways. But for you, what are the statistical areas that you are most interested in?
Well, I think one of the things that can be undervalued, particularly from the defensive side of the ball, are things like deflections or charges taken or even shots contested. And I say those things, Kevin, because deflections force an offense to restart. Charges taken gets a possession for your team. And shots contested affects, obviously, the field goal percentage of the team you're guarding. So it's all of those little defensive stats that you really have to track and be monitoring to understand the value that they have on winning.
Very interesting. Count the basket.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Felicio with the bucket.
Well, the passing ability of Andrew Wiggins on display. And ask anyone, they'll tell you he's a great team guy.
Walker against Thomas. Now, here's Doncic. Tight defense on him. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Doncic has got his third basket of the night.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Now, here's Thomas. 20 points for him last game against Phoenix.
But the defense had tons of difficulty covering him. They kept putting him at the line, and he burned them.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. And so it's New York with it. Knox. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Timberwolves leading by 21. That's the easy breezy. Back to Jones. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Knox. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. From 15 feet away, Felicio with a rebound. Knicks trail by 21. Here's Knox. Kicks it to Thomas. Pass to Knox. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots the 3. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to Bates-Diop. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
It's stolen by Jones. Sweet little floater.
I'll tell you, that's a graceful finish. Not just any old layup. The teardrop.
Thomas kicks to Wiggins. Back to Thomas. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. The pass to Jones. Jacks up a 3. And it's Towns missing. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Knox the pass to Carter. Got a hand on it. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. An even 3-on-3 break. Thomas against Jones. Carter, the pass to Knox. Back to Carter. And it's blocked. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. There's 38 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 4 to shoot. From deep.
And you can see they're struggling from the field.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Pass to Towns. Okogie. He's guarded by Thomas. Okogie. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
From 20 feet out. And so it's Minnesota holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Right back after this break. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said, you're not going to be this good in high school. Then when I got to high school and played pretty well, they said, well, you're not going to do that good in college. And when I got to college, they said, well, the NBA, those guys are too big. They're too fast, too strong. The things you do in college won't work in the NBA. And I've just kept pushing ever since. I have a goal of mine, I want to be one of the best little guys to ever play the game.
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
Definitely what drives him. I mean, hungry to show that he's a top player regardless of size.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Knox out there with Okafor. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Carter. And it's Thomas in at the 2.
Well, think about the Minnesota native Tyus Jones. His poise at the point guard spot is what stands out to me, guys. Here's a terrific IQ and an unbelievable sense for how to run a team. Tyus Jones, we're just getting the best of him now.
First free throw is good. And Tyus Jones, Doris, won a national championship at Duke. He was the outstanding player in the Final Four, but only the 24th pick in 2015. What caused him to slip?
Well, I think one of the questions you had was athletically, could he match up at the point guard position in today's NBA? But I think what you absolutely love about Tyus Jones, just as you stated, he won a national championship. This guy has been a winner. And I think his skill level, the intangibles, his ability to run a team, there's a lot to like about this young man's game.
Now here is Carter. Last game he had 10 points. With a step back. Thomas, good. Thomas got his first points of the game.
You're talking about the bread and butter of Isaiah Thomas, the mid-range game. Boy, what a feel.
Easy breezy passes to Towns. And he lays it straight in. Towns has got 8 points.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Carter kicks to Wiggins. The 11-footer. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
To the middle. And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Jones. Towns has got 4 this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Down low. Here's Wiggins. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 8 rebounds in this game. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Pass to Bates-Diop. Carter against Jones. Passes to Bates-Diop. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 5.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
A three-pointer. Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
The Knicks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And Thomas has it in the corner. To end the drought, drains the three-pointer. Thomas got his second basket of the night.
To me, you've got to chase Isaiah Thomas off the line. He's 5'9", capable shooter, loves to pull the trigger. Better do your work, D.
Now here's Jones. Now the pass to Towns. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Towns has got 13.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
Inside, Okafor. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Bates-Diop gets it to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Carter kicks to Thomas. Back to Carter. Towns with the steal. From outside the arc, they get the rebound. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now here's Wiggins. 26 points for him last game against Phoenix. Okafor dishes to Carter. Clock at 6. To stop the run. Tries again. And Okafor with the layup.
I'll tell you, this guy does some tough work on the glass. Battles as hard as anybody for those second chance opportunities.
Jones kicks to Towns. Over Okafor. And a little luck that time, but it drops. 17 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Thomas, that's good.
You know, really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
Pass to Easy Breezy. Back to Jones. To the middle. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for New York.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Now here is Carter. No points in the game yet for him. Knox the pass to Okafor. To the middle. Out to Carter. The 3. That shot misses. And Minnesota will come the other way.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Knox. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Passes it to Easy Breezy. Jones looking for an opening and stolen by Wiggins. Knocks the pass to Carter. It's deflected. Here's Easy Breezy, covered by Wiggins. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got 19 points.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
Now here's Thomas. 7 points in the game. Pass to Knox. Pulls up on the elbow. Not going to go that time. And Minnesota now the other way.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Carter against Jones. The kick out to Towns. Good on the triple. Towns has got a pair of triples in the second now for Minnesota.
That's fantastic shot making this quarter after struggling a bit in the first.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Back to Carter. The three. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Okogie. He's guarded by Thomas. Towns, the bounce pass. Here's Jones, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
And so Jones nails both of them.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
New York's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Ntilikina kicks to Labissiere. Here's Knox. Now the pass to Okafor. Shoots over Brown. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Okafor's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
Jones finds Bogdanovich. They swipe it. Here's Knox. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Gotta be careful around Ntilikina, an active defender who uses his length to come away with steals.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded by Hardaway. Doncic with it. He's got 8. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by Labissiere. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Minnesota making some changes. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Brown. Easy Breezy comes in for Bogdanovich. And Walker subbed in for Tyus Jones. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Alicios checked in. Pass to Easy Breezy. They get it back. Right side. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Here's Ntilikina. Knox the pass to Labissiere. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Walker. To the paint. Here's Whiteside. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Whiteside's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Passes it to Knox. Now here is Hardaway. 6 to shoot. It's good from the top of the key. Hardaway has got his second basket of the game. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Minnesota. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. And Felicio is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. The Timberwolves that made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That free throw good from Doncic. Here's easy breezy. Whiteside kicks to Walker. Pass to Doncic. Here's Towns. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Towns has got 24 points. New York's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Walker. Clock at 6. Out to Hardaway. Knocked loose. And now the Timberwolves on the break. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Great look, but off the mark. The Knicks shooting 44% from the field in the second. And there's the goal on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Okay, now you've got to dial down the intensity a bit, right? That's his second foul, and we still got a ways to go before halftime.
Here's Knox. 6 points for him. They grabbed their own miss. Outside Hardaway. Teardrop shot. He lays it in. Hardaway has got 6.
Oh, such a field shot there. The floater.
Down low. And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Walker.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here is Hardaway. New York again turning it over. There's 37 seconds left in the second quarter. Doncic kicks to Whiteside. The pass to Towns. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Knox. Lets it go from 11. Moves back up. And he lays it up and in. 8 points for Tim Hardaway.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Down low. Here's Towns. And Labissiere sends it back.
And like how aggressive Labissiere is on defense, using that wide frame to turn back shots.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 26 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, we knew Big Cat had all the tools to be a star. And now we're seeing the maturity. It's sometimes hard for one-and-dones to come in and be consistent from possession to possession. But now that he's had some time under his belt, he's able to maintain his focus and play up to his potential. over long stretches. I love that about him, Ernie.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
And how about that? Already through two quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
I'll tell you, he took over the game in that first half, Greg. They really have got to find a way to slow this guy down.
Here's Ntilikina. Kemba Walker is out there with Doncic. Then there's Towns. Then there's Whiteside. And it's easy breezy in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Outside, Walker. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's easy breezy. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 14. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, they know not to leave him open from mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
Hardaway against Whiteside, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Now, here's Doncic. Tight defense on him, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Count that one. New York shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Wiggins dishes to Okafor. Back to Wiggins. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Towns.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Now here's Towns. The dish now to Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. Whiteside, no good.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Hardaway goes in to the middle. Here's Okafor, and Whiteside sends it back.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the second half. That's their third straight miss.
And yes, it's good. Whiteside's got his third bucket of the night.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Passes to Hardaway. Wiggins outside. Inside, Towns with the steal. Easy breezy passes to Doncic. And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game. For New York, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Ntilikina kicks to Hardaway. Okafor, high post. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ntilikina. Here's Hardaway. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
pass to Doncic. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. There's the pass to Easy Breezy. From deep three-point range. Here's Whiteside. Okafor with the steal. Wiggins left side. Yes, that goes in. Wiggins has got his first 2 points.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
Pass to Easy Breezy. Shoots from 14. Excellent D there from Okafor.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 9. And Walker kicks to Doncic. Passes it to Towns. Knocked loose. Hardaway with the steal. Here's Ntilikina. Towns with the steal. Outside, Walker. Pass to Towns. Bessiere trying to break free. Another shot. To the right side. Doncic. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And 11 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, Towns showing himself to be a willing facilitator. If you're open, he's going to find you.
Ntilikina kicks to Okafor. Bessiere in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hardaway. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will. And guys, it's been a little bit of an interesting journey for Tim Hardaway Jr., right? He gets drafted by the Knicks, traded after 2 seasons, then goes back to New York on a monster free agent deal.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 11. Here's Walker. Right side trying to break free. Steps back and drains the jump shot. 12 points for Kemba Walker.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Okafor in the post. Defended by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, Doris, when you think about Hardaway's future, sky's the limit if he can stay healthy.
Right, a high-energy guy, gets after it every possession, willing to sacrifice his body, very much the way his dad played. That's the only way he knows how to play.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Doncic. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Brown comes in for Towns. And it's Bogdanovich in for Easy Breezy. And then for New York, Carter comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Thomas subbed in for Frank Ntilikina. So he gets them both. Now here's Thomas. He has 7. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Carter kicks to Wiggins. The pass to Bessiere. Carter left side. Got a piece of it.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
The Knicks making a switch here. Knox is checked in. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Now, here's Doncic, defended by Carter. Shots good by Walker.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
I think it's obvious, Greg. They want this win. They're showing no let-up in their attack right now.
Now, here's Wiggins. New York moving it around. Here's Okafor. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Felicio's checked in for New York.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Brown, no good on the free throw. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
Outside Thomas. Okafor up top. Over Brown. New York, no good that time either.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Walker in the post. Thomas is on him. Whiteside controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Thomas passes to Knox. Back to Thomas. They need this one. That shot off the mark. Timberwolves go the other way with it. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Kemba Walker hits them both. And so Thomas will bring it up for New York. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Sinks the three-pointer. Carter's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Doncic kicks to Bogdanovich. Pass to Brown. Now, here's Doncic, defended by Carter. And it's Walker, top of the key. And that one hits back iron.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
Walker against Thomas. And it's blocked by Brown. Okafor gets the bucket.
Well, 1 make and 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Walker surveying the floor. He kicks it to Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists tonight.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Here's Knox. He has 6. And it's Carter penetrating. Count that bucket. Carter's got his second basket of the night. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Doncic passes to Walker. No good on the three.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he...
Pass to Knox. There's a minute 34 left here in the third quarter. Minnesota's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And here's Walker outside, rebounded by Knox.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Launches a 3, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And New York with a change here, too. Wiley, he's checked in for Jahlil Okafor. Here's Jones. 6 points for him. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Back to Towns. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Jones. The Knicks making the shot. Kicks it to Towns. Back to Jones. Pass to Bates-Diop. And that one, good.
Well, the height advantage in this matchup becomes a big factor when he's in the low box.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Thomas against Jones. Now Thomas, 7 points in the game. Carter inside the 3-point line. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Bangs home the trifecta. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action after this word. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Well, so often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
New York with the ball. Outside, White. And there's the pass to Knox. They get it again. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
That's a big payoff for crashing the offensive boards. Go to work.
Pass to Easy Breezy. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. It's Jones on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Towns missing. Knicks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
One shot.
For New York, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Outside Hardaway. Outside White. Towns with the steal. Pushing it up. Here's Bates Diop, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Causing turnovers really gives you an advantage.
Well, it makes things easier for sure, Greg. Their activity on the defensive end is what caused that steal.
And Doris, last summer we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. You know, it looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Okay. I've recorded that comment. That one drops for him.
He's got such soft touch around the rim. The D has to try to keep him out of the paint, because if he gets close, it's lights out.
Passes it to Easy Breezy. Pulls up. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Now here's White. Wigginton, defended by Jones. Goes up on the wing. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes down.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Pass to Bates Diop. He kicks it to Jones. Here's Towns, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Boy, pure dominance from Karl Anthony Towns. This guy is a go-to legit scorer with multiple weapons.
Shoots the three. It's good from long range.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the three. Nice.
Jones, the pass to Bates Diop. Kicks to Jones. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. For today's defensive schemes, Doris, which are more valuable in your opinion? Great on-ball defenders or great help defenders?
Well, I think you need both, obviously. I think anytime you can pressure the ball to a high level, I think that's very disruptive at the point of attack. But I also think in an era of incredible motion offense, you think of players and teams like the Golden State Warriors, the San Antonio Spurs, there's great ball movement, player movement, and you've got to be able to be aware at least two passes away. So you need both quality types of defenders, to me, to have a high-level defense, Kev.
I agree. It begins with an on-ball defender and usually evolves into a help defender. I mean, you can't do one without the other.
Agreed.
He hits the second from the line. New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, White. To the inside. Here's Wiley. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Really well done on that assist. He sees the target inside and puts it right into the hands.
Jones finds Bogdanovich. Right side, Jones. 6 to shoot. Knocked away. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Knicks have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Wigginton, guarded by Walker. Walker with some nice D. Timberwolves have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. The pass to Doncic, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against New York.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer.
Yes.
And it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Wiley, the pass to Hardaway. Good.
How about the timing from Hardaway Jr., looking very comfortable taking shots after catching the pass.
And here's Bogdanovich. Outside, Walker. The feed to Whiteside. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Makes it off the glass.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And so it's New York with it after the basket by Minnesota. Shot clock at 6. Wigginton. And he makes that one.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Out to the right wing. Here's Doncic. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Wiley. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got 3 assists now in this one.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Passes it to Doncic. Shoots over White. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet channel Twitch.
Well, you know Adam Silver is always looking at new methods for broadcasting this great league and the G League. And I think we live in an era of an increasingly digital world. The next generation views their platforms in non-traditional, non-linear fashion. So to me, this is really smart decision making.
I know you're a big Twitch watcher yourself. You subscribe, and like me, you love the G League.
I'm always twitching.
Here's Felicio, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And I like that they're not settling, hitting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Here's Walker. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Yeah, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
And it's White missing. The Timberwolves have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at 3, as easy as that.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. The Timberwolves have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. It's good.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Wigginton, guarded by Walker. Pass to Wiley. Dishes to Hardaway. Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, you know, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective. The Timberwolves shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Outside, Walker. He kicks to Doncic. Shoots over White. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And hey, we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Bogdanovich against Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. From 11 feet away, Minnesota with the rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
Their superior ball handling, 1 of 4.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Karl Anthony Towns.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Now here's Whiteside. Lays it up off the glass.
Up by double digits, little time remaining. Way to defend your house.
Well, this is what you call taking care of your business, showing dominance on their home floor. What an excellent effort.
Here's Wiley. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Outside, Walker. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns, you look so calm on the block. What has that focus been like for you?
Just being patient, waiting for my shot to come, not really forcing anything, but also being aggressive.
And you do both very well. Thanks, Kat. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.